So with flights going down, with flights being delayed, canceled and all, do the U.S. need more air traffic controllers, or is there a real problem? Stay tuned. And I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in. Let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from Northern New Jersey. Back to the personal situation. Let's head into this Dollar Tree over in Maplewood. Stable Milk is also a plus. These past few years showed me. Hey family, welcome back to another video. This is Shauna, and I'm officially checking in over here at Moments with Us. You all check in, let us know where you're watching from and how you are doing. Of course, I'm checking in from Northern New Jersey, and y'all, what's been going on, at these airports? It make people like, oh, should I book a flight? Would it be canceled? Would I get stuck somewhere if I have to transfer from one flight to another? If that second flight is, canceled? What is going on? So they had so many situations happen over the past week at Newark Airport. If you guys didn't know, I'll go ahead and pull it up here.
Airport been having way too many telecommunication issues. And it's saying that it's leading to more delays. So they're having issues when the systems have blacked out for minutes at a time, which is not good. They're saying that the third equipment outage reported Sunday morning impacted flights at Newark Liberty International Airport. A ground stop was in place Sunday morning for about 45 minutes after radar screens briefly went dark. Come on, y'all. That got to be saying something. There was a telecommunications issue at Philadelphia TRACON Area C, which guides aircraft in and out of Newark Liberty International Airport airspace. The Federal Aviation Administration confirmed in a statement to, of course, Fox Business. The FAA briefly showed aircraft in and out of the airport while we ensured redundancies were working as designed. Operations have returned to normal, they say, and no additional details was even given. So flight tracking website Flight Airways says there have been 70 flight cancellations within the last 24 hours, but yet everything returned back to normal. It suffered third system outage in less than 2 weeks. Honestly, y'all, that's a lot. Because just imagine how many flights are impacted by this. So impacting hundreds of flights. So, yeah, they're saying after a backup air traffic control system momentarily failed, that's when those flights had to get delayed. 45-minute ground stop follows latest outage, which we already discussed. As of late Sunday night, there were more than 250 delays and at least 80 cancellations impacting domestic and international flights. Okay, y'all listen. The one saving grace appears to be Mother's Day, of course, has resulted into less crowds at Terminal B. So Newark Airport, yeah, they definitely been, having some crazy issues over there. The U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says a fix for the airport's problem is on the way, but in the coming weeks, the number of flights will be cut. So look out for that, y'all. If y'all plan to travel and you have to go through Newark and you can avoid it, I would say definitely avoid it if you don't want no delays in your traveling plans. They're saying we're going to have this reduced capacity at Newark. I'm convening a meeting of all airlines that serve Newark. Get them to agree on how they're going to reduce the capacity because they need capacity reduced. We are building a new line, they're saying, that goes directly to Philly, from Newark to Philly, which controls the New York airspace. What happens now is it goes from Newark to N90, which is where it used to be controlled, and then down to Philly. That doesn't make sense. We're going to have a direct line here, so they're working on building a direct line, they're saying.
All right, so now Duffy is calling for an investigation after these latest airport happenings. So they're now blaming the Biden administration for these current failures. They're saying that, something should have took place, or this should have been, taken care of during COVID, when less flights was already being taken, when it wasn't so much traffic, and all. They're saying that they laid out the plans the Trump administration has for fixing the nation's air traffic control system, of course, while blaming the previous administration for failures. Duffy did held, a press conference on Monday afternoon after the FFA imposed the latest of several recent ground delays at EWR. The FFA said they had been slowing arrivals and departures due to runway construction, something that I spoke about earlier. So the airway path or whatever. It's the runway construction that's happening. And so our understanding, the runway construction could be all the way up to the middle of June or early July. He did note that it was the Biden administration that moved TRACON, the Terminal Radar Approach Control facilities, from New York all the way to Philadelphia, and said he was calling for an Office of the Inspector General investigation into this and other decisions. We didn't have to be here, Duffy said. They did not have to be, this does not have to be our story. Over the last 4 years, the last administration, they knew this was a problem. And by the way, during COVID, when people weren't flying, that was a perfect time to fix the problem. And that's what seemed to happen. Even though they are aware that there was issues, they didn't want to step in until the issues are becoming out of hand. Work on it while the issues are just, it's minor. It get out of hand and it become harder to fix. And that's with anything in life. Now, so the FFA then situated yet another ground delay at Newark International Airport, y'all, on Monday, just one day after the previous delay. So, plenty of delays due to the FFA staffing issues they're currently having. And the FFA has instituted a ground delay program at EWR, the airport posted on X. The average flight is leaving 1 hour and 41 minutes later than it's scheduled. Wow. Yeah, that's a long time to be sitting around. Information in a notice to the Federal Register ahead of the meeting on Wednesday at FFA headquarters in Washington, D.C. regarding the EWR says Philadelphia TRACON has 82 certified professional controllers, while its target staffing number is 114. So they're not there just yet. So the Federal Register notice outlines proposed rates now and after runway construction. Um, so generally speaking, a arrival rate is dynamic and variable dependent on conditions throughout the day, including weather, staffing levels, or equipment capabilities. And all of those seems to be a problem, whether it's, the weather, not enough staff, and the equipment shutting down the way that it is. Those are some major issues right there. And it would not, for me, in my best interest, to be out here just flying. They don't even know what to do. They have issues that's not even corrected for how many years now? And then lately, with so many flights going down, ding, 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 the answers are right here. So operations appear to be improving at EWR. They're saying, according to the flight tracking website, FlightAware, which says there have only been 14 cancellations at the Northeast Hub Airport in the last 24 hours. That's 24 hours. Was it due to weather? Or was it like the telecommunication issue? FlightAware said Sunday that there have been 70 flight cancellations in the past 24 hours at Newark Airport. To me, that's still a lot. And maybe just because I don't know how many flight cancellations there are on an average normal day, but 70 flight cancellations in 24 hours is a whole lot to me. And they're actually still saying right now, flying is the best way and more convenient way to travel. Y'all hear the kids in the background. So don't stop booking. Just expect a delay, especially if you have to travel through Newark. And it's not just a delay. Your flight could be canceled as well. So plan ahead. If you have to book an earlier flight, if you have somewhere to be, like a scheduled time, and you're traveling by plane, definitely book that earlier flight just in case any delays do come up. And honestly, what happened in Newark at Newark Airport, or what's happening at Newark Airport, can happen everywhere. I'm gonna give it to you right now, okay? It can happen everywhere, so that makes you wonder what's going on. Why the screen's going black, and it's happening often. It's happening more often than to be expected. And it makes you wonder, like, if you want to travel, a lot of people say, well, you travel with faith, I don't want to be up in the air and then the screen's blacked out and that's just it for us. Just imagine, I think further and say, well, what happens when the controls start to fail? Like, then what? What happens once that screen black out? What happens? Y'all, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, it can happen at any airport. I know that Newark, they're working on a new lane or whatever it is that they were saying, because Hubs, he work at the airport as well. And one of his jobs, they have to stay late because some of the travelers are coming in on a different, their flights are delayed. Because they're working on, the airline or whatever they're working on, the little lane that they landing on. They're working on that, so it's causing flights to be delayed, and then of course the workers have to stay late. So that's what's going on over there. So definitely they are working, but yet my concern is why them screens keep blacking out. Do they have an answer for us? Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about that. Or y'all traveling? Have y'all been flying? Any of you guys flights been canceled in or delayed? Let us know in the comments down below. Mother's Day did just pass, but like, it's Mother's Day every day. It's Mother's Day every day. We know, but happy Mother's Day. Hopefully you all did enjoy your special day. And until next time, y'all, I'm gonna leave this video right here where it's at. If you enjoyed today's video, and if you didn't know nothing about what was going on up at the airport, listen, definitely subscribe to the channel to become part of the family. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for returning. I truly appreciate all of the support. Until next time, y'all, this is Shauna, and I'm officially checking out from Moments with Us. Hopefully you all stay prepped, stay blessed, stay safe, and most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Until next time, love you all and God bless. Really stay safe out there. And if you're praying, pray even harder, because something going on, y'all. Something is definitely going on. Peace out.